Hello, Reckoning7, and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3 as we continue our Spanish adventures. And we are, of course, embroiled in a war with Italy and the United States, and a war which has coming at an increasing cost in ships and tonnage. I've just gone to the ships sunk tab here, sorted by date, and you can see in the last, was it a year and a half? No, under a year? Oh yeah. 11 months. You can see we've lost a significant number of destroyers, also a number of light cruisers, and most recently, and very unfortunately, a couple of heavy cruisers as well. We're still technically winning, but I must admit it's not really feeling like we're winning. And certainly these rates of attrition are not ones that we can keep up with our smaller fleet. And to compound matters, the American Navy is of course charging through the Indian Ocean with its 5 battleships, 3 battle cruisers, 9 pre-dreadnoughts, 4 heavy cruisers, 3 light cruisers, 2 dreadnoughts, and a corvette to Southeast Asia with what I believe is a view to come and take my Chinese possession of Hainan. My hard-won Chinese possession of Hainan at that. So this is not a great spot we find ourselves in. So I think I'm going to do something which is fairly uncharacteristic of my playthroughs thus far with both Rule Waves 2 and 3. And that's, I think we're going to be seeking peace. Because, yeah, I don't want to lose that in the naval division, because I'm going to buy it back with 4 victory points at the end of the war. And once America's done the Philippines, if they decide to come over to Northern Europe, I think we are going to be somewhat up against it with our diminutive stature. We do have a few ships on the way. Mainly some new Navarra-class light cruisers and a whole bunch of corvettes, which will release some destroyers back to the main fleet. And that's kind of it. I'm hankering to build some heavier ships. I've got some battle cruiser designs and some battleship designs in mind. But I think we're going to have to wait a good 6 months to clear those current ships out and rebuild our budget a little bit. Not much else for it, but to continue. And as I say, probably try and sue for peace where we can. Now, this looks to be interesting. We can ambush an enemy force, which is fine if there's all of them there, though. I mean, I'm going to accept it because worst case, I just sail into port and it buys us another month. So the Italias are back, the bane of my existence, because I seem unable to sink them, irrespective of how many torpedoes I put into them. These battle cruisers are actually reasonably scary. They're pretty powerful. Pre-dreadnoughts don't really care about. 47 destroyers. That's quite a lot of light forces you've got there. And I don't have quite the match. So we're going to accept. We'll see what we get. I really need to find some battles whereby the Italians are not out with their full fleet. And this might just be it. We have a very, very small fleet here. Just the Mallorca. With a couple of destroyers. Which ones are these? These are the 700-ton ones, are Alcedo class. So this might give us an opportunity to score a minor victory and perhaps sink 1, maybe 2 of the Italian fleet. Depends who we come up against. I'm slightly worried you're going to put up against the Vittorio Emanuels here. We shall see. Let's go straight up to our battle speed. It is very dark. How long until the morning comes? Oh, quite a long time. Okay, so we are ambushing them. So really what I want to do, get you into kind of a screen roll if you can. Presumably we're going to be charging at night. That's not a screen roll. That's a better screen roll, but I want you to be in front. You are making your way there. Good. This may end up being a complete non-event, but let's give it a go. We shall head towards the red flag. Oh no, that's my own forces. So wait. How is this an ambush? Where's the fleet I'm ambushing? Okay, this might be a complete non-event. Oh, okay. I'm glad I just went in a straight line. Seem to have somewhat paid off. Right, so we need to... Now they look like they're sailing away from me. Oh no, we're not sailing towards me. Okay. Let's get control of you. You into line ahead. Let's have you off the eye control, please. Air control. Line ahead. We're going to have you run down the flank. Majorca, I'm probably going to do kind of a slight turn away by maybe 1 point. So we get out of our own torpedo ranges. Although we could launch our ones from the Majorca. Can we launch an unidentified target? Yes, we can. Let us do that. As ever, sticking to the rule that I will launch torpedoes from my flagship in a battle, but that is it. They do a turn. It looks like these are just destroyers. So a bit of a waste of a torpedo there, but I'm okay with that. You, meanwhile, are presumably going after this larger grey blob. Fortunately, having to rely on the AI to use its torpedoes. Never going to make me particularly comfortable. Some destroyers. No, it's a light cruiser. It's fired 2 of its light guns, so that's what this is. Which would be great if it was the middle of the day. As it stands, torpedoing a light cruiser might prove challenging. So it's just 3 destroyers. Let's see, the cruiser fires 4 guns at the Amelia. We did get penetrated in our belt and our deck. She might be struggling a little bit. My older 500-ton destroyer, I see. The Sanchez did get a torpedo away, although I don't think it's going to come to much. Although we have set the Dardado class on fire, thanks to the Majorca here with its 6-inch guns. Yeah, these just seem to be 3 destroyers, so I'm actually going to pull my own destroyers out. I'm going to get you to change course again. Again, just in case there are some torpedoes kicking about. And I think this is going to be a very small, uneventful engagement. The Neves Sanchez here managed to hit the Nembo 3 times with 1 4-inch gun. Good job. I guess that's due to rate of fire. You hit them 3 times a minute. Okay, the Dardado is dead. The Sanchez now firing 2 guns. Again, 3 more raking hits against the Nembo class. That's actually quite a good job. I don't tend to focus that much on guns and my destroyers, but this seems to be working out relatively well for us. The Melia is suffering a little bit. Maybe sneak the Majorca into visible range as well. As long as we're not going to angle it for a torpedo. A very ambitious torpedo here from Melia. Oh, it's dead. Perfect. I mean, this is going to be a very, very minor victory in the grand scheme of things. A couple of destroyers is not going to change the course of a battle. A war, I should say. But I suppose it's nice to get a victory. And it might give throws a few victory points as well. Will always help things. Having a gunnery duel here. Ooh, almost no effect. You limited to max speed. Yeah, it's been reduced to 19. Okay, we're going to let the Giuseppe run away. It's not that interesting to follow up. Okay. I think this is going to be us. Guys, well, actually what I'm going to do, because our ships are still in pretty good nick, because are exhausted, let's put you down to cruise speed. So we're going to spend the next few hours cruising around the place. You back onto AI control. And then maybe wait and see what dawn brings. But that's not going to be interesting for you guys, so I'll put a quick cut in. Sorry about that. I seem to not unpause the recording when I thought I did. So I sailed around through the night into the morning, didn't find anyone, and the battle ended. We won. There was no other Italian ships on the map, and we got 150 victory points, so barely enough to move the needle. Only other event that had just popped up was the American heavy cruiser, the Augustus, has been interned. Apart from that, no real change. I am curious to see where they are now. Yeah, this is a problem. We have maybe a month before they take Hainan. Fleet battle. So they've got another Italia back. We have all our Malagas, our Madrids, sorry. Now, it's really nice and near our ports, so I think we're going to accept We're struggling a little bit in these fleet battles because when they turn up with their entire fleet, as they are wont to do, it provides us pretty limited opportunity to actually pick off any of their ships, just because of sheer weight of numbers they've got. So maybe we'll focus on this time, if we can, that's a big if, is bring the speed up here to 18, trying to pick off maybe some of their smaller ships, light forces, again, just so it goes down as a victory without maybe trying to go for the kill, as it were, because that has not been working for us. And also I have 3 destroyers left, so let's be honest, there's a real limit as to how much forces I can throw at them. One advantage we have is our crews are getting much better, so we're now up to, I think there was elites on our Malagas, which should help our gunnery. And certainly if we could pick off some of their old dreadnoughts, that would be a nice win. But I mean, look at this kind of clump. You've got your Italias, you've got your Vittorio Emanuels, as well as your older stuff. It just becomes a difficult wall to go up against. We have our limited forces. Now, we do have 6 of our ships here. The concern we have is the... so the older ones are fine. Oh, I don't see any of your new ships yet. Right, we'll keep here. You need to be careful, Majorca. Doing some scouting, but unfortunately being shot while you do it. The Neptune will just scout down to the south for a little bit. Yeah, here's Vitalia here. These things are definitely the match of us. I think we're 11 inches guns, they're 12. I think we're the 8 belt we've got, they're 9.5. Just they're faster, bigger. They're the ships that we would like to be. Actually, I'd like better ones, but they're pretty good ships. Yeah, we only have a 4-gun broadside. They have a 6 plus a little bit of cross-deck fire. Definitely a better standard of battleship than what we have pushed out thus far. And to date, all our glorious charges and attempts to torpedo them with destroyers have gone amiss. Now, we've got else in here, some destroyers, some heavy cruisers. Now, I suspect their battle cruisers are on scene somewhere. Pull you away a little bit. I don't know where. Let's have you push north. Who are you screening? Presumably these chaps. You are indeed screening my newer ships. These guys, do I even want to do anything with you? Your 12-inch -2 guns. Eek. Serve as a distraction and nothing else. Now, what we could attempt to do is try and do some damage to these older ships. Again, just to get ourselves points win prizes. There is a lot of them, but they are smaller. They go down easier. Although they have bigger caliber guns, these will be the -2 quality as well. What was our belt on the Madrids? Is 8, okay. We are nice and close to our port, which I probably do want to actually run north, so we're able to turn into Palma if that's the way we choose to go. No hits from anyone at the minute. Kind of suits ourselves. You were doing a little bit of scouting. Okay, there is the other Italian force. Let's just push north. I suspect that'll be... There they are. The Vittorio Emanuels. And first blood to us. An 11-inch gun hit on the Italia. And they respond by hitting one of our destroyers. Now, let us do a quick check of our 11-inch guns. We are at a range of 10,000 yards. 10,000 yards, we are not penetrating their deck. In fact, they were 9.5-inch. Man, we are not punching through their deck unless we get into, like, super brawling range. That's not great. I think we're just going to withdraw to the north. I may have to use my destroyers out in front just to get them to turn away. So let's get you guys prepped for that. Let's go line ahead. Go squad max. Just to try and turn the Italian formation. Another good hit from Madrid there. So, I mean, we're doing well. I just don't think we'll be doing much in the way of damage. But good job, Blaze. Get your crews responded to the additional training we requested, and we can actually shoot stuff now. The Malaga joining in, another 11-inch hit on the Italia class. Which, you know, we'll be doing something. 6-inch hit on the Italia class. Another 11-inch hit on the Italia class with no real response, which is very positive. But like I say, I think they could... Hang on. I was going to say I think they could take a lot of hits. We're currently reporting a lot of hits, I should say. Heavy damage. Is that true? Oh, hello. 2 knocked out turrets. Potentially temporary. Not so much there. Okay. Well, now you have me intrigued. We're still heading towards our ports. We've kind of got that panic button if required. Let's keep our Mallorca on hand back here. Ah, and there becomes the answer. Pass-through hit from their 12-inch guns on the Malaga. And, oh, the San Leandro getting involved with its 12-inch guns. Although these are quality -2. Pretty sure they're not going to be doing much of anything. No, they are not. Although at this range, we might be getting some plunging fire. What are you at? You must be fairly far out. 11,000 yards. So at plunging fire, we punch through only 1 inch of deck, which I suspect is less than what the Italia class have. So armor penetration, a bit of a concern at the minute. 2-inch deck. Yep, that's fair. Do we get confirmation these are what we think we are? Oh, that's a different one. Francesco Cariacoli. Oh, I did not pronounce that right. What have you got? Again, a bunch of 12-inch guns, 24 knots, 6-inch belt. Yeah, that seems like a pretty reasonable battle cruiser. 16-inch, 5-inch guns. I wouldn't complain with that. About that, I should say. Probably, it's not the greatest in terms of, you know, it's lightly armoured and it's not that fast compared to battleships, but probably an earlier model. Okay, let's continue to advance time. Our destroyers are getting a little bit beat up by the Italians, but if they want to waste their shells on the destroyers, I suppose that's okay. How did you fare with that 1 12-inch hit? Oh, tell a lie, we have 6 guns, not 4. I couldn't read my own silhouettes. Yeah, you're reporting quite high percentage damages, but that's just because your turret is temporarily knocked out. So because these hits are going both ways, and the Murcia must just be a jam or something in the Murcia, because I don't believe you got hit. Turret A jammed. Yeah, called it. Okay. Well, let's keep this up at the minute. We've got more guns than they do. If not by much. Another 11-inch hit from the Madrid. Oh, torpedo tubes destroyed on the Bustamante. Yeah, you guys are getting fairly badly treated by the secondaries here. Let's pull you away. Yeah, we're now getting our secondaries involved with our 4-inch guns. Lighting up a light cruiser. 2 hits, one from Madrid, one from the Murcia. Oh, that's not good. Their pre-dreadnoughts managed to land a hit on the Murcia and disable our turret. Now, is that a permanent disable? Can't remember. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, okay. Now the hits are coming in. Another hit there from their pre-dreadnought on the Madrid, and then a hit on the Malaga. Again, the upper belt being penetrated. The pendulum swings in another direction in terms of landing of hits. Right, I think we are going to commence with our plans to try and turn this battle line. Another hit on the Madrid turret. Do you have any guns left in operation now? Oh yeah, they're fine. Just hit the turret. Didn't do any damage to it. Good. I mean, damage wise, we are doing fine. I'm just concerned. Whoa, that looked like a bit of a torpedo attempt. So, actually, we are the ones that are going to be breaking away. Ah, there you go. There's a turret destroyed. There's a subtle difference. So that was now completely out of action. 12-inch shell knocking it out. Okay, let's put our 9-inch armor on it. Yeah, I think we're going to swing this way. I think those destroyers may have launched a few torpedoes at us. And then we'll swing back north again. You're getting far too close to these battleships for comfort, although you do have torpedoes. Starting to light them up with your smaller guns. Malaga lands a hit on the Italia class as well, but here you go. You're starting to penetrate on the Mallorca. These things have no armor at all. Oh, 5 inches, not nothing, but it's not great. Yeah, now we're reporting light damage on both. Oh, heavy damage on the first one. I don't think that is heavy damage. I don't think these ships are in that much of a problem. I do need to get them to turn away and clear the way to Palma. Yeah, okay, Mallorca's getting lit up there, medium guns, so it's not too bad. It's just the secondaries, and I did land a 10-inch hit on the Italia. But again, even at this range, I don't think you're going to be doing much. So 5,700 yards. Yeah, so I mean, you're not punching through the belt. I mean, you'll get belt extended and other bits and pieces we can cause damage to. Got a big hit on the San Fluenzio. I say that it caused almost some damage. I take it back. Okay. This may cost a destroyer, which is the price we're going to have to pay, because I need to get these guys to turn before they start doing some permanent damage to my heavy cruiser. Okay, that's the turn, and then I think we're just going to happily pull away and take everybody home. I think I would be quite happy. Oh, you're in a terrible spot. Oh, you cannot outrun these battle cruisers. Okay, this could be challenging. I'd say I'm quite happy if we get away without losing a ship here. That may not be possible. Neptuno flew too close to the sun. Options here, none of them are good. Probably the best we can hope for is to turn threatened torpedoes and hope that they turn away and then scarper. Taranto might go down, so it might be a trade. Okay, let us turn towards. She's getting badly mauled. She's gone down with a fight though. 6-inch guns raking the battle cruiser here. Who's in charge? Hernandez. I think that's just a regular chap. The Francesco is not stopping. Looks like it's coming for a ram almost. Okay. I mean, launch your torpedoes if you've got them, my friend. Somehow this Neptuno is surviving. Few near misses. Oh. That was questionable. I'm not sure who that was at. Wow, look at this. I mean, they're 4-inch hits, but that's a proper broadside raking them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 4-inch hits at this battle cruiser here. And a 6-inch one for good measure. Oh, that's somebody else. Right, yeah, you're shooting that one. Hull hit, near miss, and a pass through. Still surviving okay. We should definitely smoke up. Oh, and their Taranto went down. So that's a little bit of positivity. So you guys kind of group up and head back over just in case we need you. I'm going to have you positioned slightly further north just to protect our entrance to the harbour. I think this is the Neptuno going down with a brave and bold fight. I kind of want to keep you on the same path just in the hope that you put a torpedo in. Now, in reality, that's too close to launch torpedoes, but I'm not sure the game works quite like that. Although it may do, I can't quite remember. But another good raking fire, 2 6-inch hits, 5 4-inch hits, but absolutely taking beats in return. 1, 2, 3 medium guns. What size are the secondaries on these? Just 5 inches though, so we're not. It's not the biggest secondaries and damage that it's taking. Bit of structural damage. 7 hits. It's doing okay. It's doing okay. Meanwhile, not much is happening up here. Okay, I'm really interested to see if we can get the Neptuno out alive. Another light gun hit there from Vittorio Emanuele. A bit wobbly. Engine room hit. That could be the death of her. As could these destroyers coming in. You kind of have to try and turn and run away now. We're doing a little bit of wiggling. Oh, now you launched. That doesn't look terrible. Oh. I think you're about to go down because you've really slowed, but go on, hit. Well done, Captain Neptuno. Brave and bold. Unfortunately, I'm not sure one torpedo is going to be enough to sink him. But a fine effort nevertheless. Maybe the last effort you get to make though. Meanwhile, there's no real engagements up here, and I'm happy to maybe head slightly towards the port and see who joins. We could, I mean, I don't want to send my main battle line down to tussle with these beasts, because this lot will just swing back in. Now, if she can survive miraculously another 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, it's never going to happen. 1, 2, more hits, 3, and now it's overtaking her. Still going down with the fight though. Oof. 3 big hits from a Neptune there. I think misses her. Still trying to land some hits though. I'm impressed. How are we doing? On fire, flooding of 66. Yeah, she's going down. Okay, a good brave outing. I will give you that. Okay, we're slugging it out again with the Italias. Lots of misses, which I think is probably fine. So at the minute, I think we're trading light cruisers. Although we have the advantage, at least we put a torpedo in the Francesco Cariacola. Again, that's not how you pronounce it, but this one. And I would have loved the opportunity to swing down and try and take it out, but with this group threatening, I don't really have that ability. So again, I think we're going to send our destroyers in. This is getting a little bit too much of a close quarters brawl. I'd like to try and turn their force away just to cover us as we head into Palma. Now, if the main fleet decides to disengage, then perhaps we could tussle with the battled cruisers. I'm going to have to return away here because I'm worried we're in the torpedo arc for the Giovanni Acerbi here. Okay, they have done a little bit of tour, so we will continue our wiggle. Oh, the Malaga's lost a turret. Yeah, we need to think we need to withdraw. Let us get our destroyers to put up their smoke. Lay down a smoke screen to try and cover our main ships here. Okay, we're closing in on the port. Fairly even display of hits at the minute. Okay, that's them turning away. Their destroyers potentially launch some torpedoes, so again, we'll just do a turn and a turn just in case. And away they go. Okay. You guys are going to keep running north. I'm going to slow you down because someone seems to be having trouble keeping up. We might need to provide a little bit of covering fire to help get our older ships in. Likewise, I'm going to slow you gentlemen down. Anyone got flooding? No. Okay, that's fine. There's no need to rush anyone home. So far we're bringing everyone home bar the Neptuno. What state is our main battle line in here? Okay, the Madrid has lost a turret. Very minor flooding. The Malaga has lost a turret. No flooding. And the Murcia is all guns blazing. So, okay. 2 turrets down. Not the worst. Neptuno hasn't sunk just yet. Dare say she's going to, though. On fire 3. Yeah, she's about to sink. Well, at least when she sinks, the fire will go out. Okay, this is a good crossing of a T here. As we charge towards, and we'll get our destroyers on hand to maybe try and put a torpedo in another battle cruiser. Again, I think these gents will probably get involved at some point soon, but we're quite close. We can always dive into Palma. Palma. Things are getting too hot for us. 11-inch hit and a 4-inch hit. Let's see, we've got a 4-inch hit and a 6-inch hit on the Italians. 2 11-inch hits from Malaga there. 6-inch hit from Malaga. That's all very good. And then just one response, 12-inch hit on the Q turret, but no real damage. And you seem to be taking a reasonable amount of fire, although we're still talking about light damage. Let's have a look. So you are what, 5 inches? 6 inches belt. How does that compare to our quality 0 11-inch guns at 5,000 yards? Okay, that's good. We'll definitely be able to penetrate you, so hopefully we can cause some damage there. I'm going to get you gents to speed up. You maybe are turning away. Oh yeah, look at that for a round. 1, 2, 3, 4 11-inch hits and 4 6-inch hits. Nice. I'd like to think that has some effect. We're going to get our ships to do an about turn. We're not still too far away from the port. Looks like if they are turning though, it's going to remove our ability to do a torpedo charge, which is sensible from the Italian line there. He says, as the Vittorio Emanuele charges forward regardless. Interesting. No, it's turning now. It was just slightly later. That's okay. Yeah, we'll get you guys to head back north again. And they retreat south. Yeah, I mean, I would happily pick a fight with these gents. But with the other forces coming in, I think we're just going to retire into port and look for our chances elsewhere. Yeah. We might get lucky and that battlecruiser might sink. But I'm not counting on it. Our pocket battleships really just aren't performing the way we need them to. Poor Neptuno. She did so well. The Wolves Circle. I suppose it should be sharks in a naval game, really, shouldn't it? You gonna finish her off? Or you just leave her? Keep getting paused because I'm spotting new new enemy ships. Have you resolved your flooding? You're still on fire. Okay. Well, no, you're about to burn out. 0 structural left. How is she still alive? Is it possible? Is this them coming now after toying with the tantalizing prospect of surviving? Oh. I mean, you're going to be lit up like a Christmas tree. They aren't willing to let you go. Oh, poor Neptuno. Almost snuck away into darkness. There she goes. Cruel, cruel fate. I think it's going to be a loss due to damage. Traded a light cruiser for light cruiser, but I think they did more damage to our battleships than we did to theirs. I feel like you guys are just being mean now. Okay. Alright, I just jumped forward to the end. We just had to time out for some reason. Oh, that's pleasant. So we do get the victory. So apparently we're recording light damage on BCs, BBs and BCs, and medium damage on one of each. We're reporting not much damage at all, despite having a couple of turrets disabled. We did lose a light cruiser, and oh, I thought we sunk one of their light cruisers. It must have just been a destroyer. Disappointing. So I will take that. From a ship perspective, it's not great. 2 destroyers for light cruisers is not really a particularly good trade. But I'll take it. I'll take the win because again, we're just, I think, trying to end out this war. Hopefully, I'm gonna take a white piece to be honest. Let's have a look at yon battle cruiser. Ah, yeah, absolutely fine. Not even that concerned about having hit by a torpedo. Okay. A marginal victory. We get 100 VPs in our favour. Fine. But, corvettes. This is good. Okay, fleet types. You'll take that. Ooh, double mounts. Now we're talking. Okay, fine. That's also fine. Unrest is still perfectly manageable. Okay, we now have a whole bunch of corvettes, which means you guys are going to go on to trade protection. And I can unleash my destroyers who are on trade protection. So you are going to go active. As can... You're really old and pretty useless, so I probably won't do anything with you. And let's move you 3 down to the med. That's where the action is. Okay, good. So what's that giving us? Really only four destroyers, is that it? Must have been a couple in the med who are on trade protection. Oh, and you need to get down to mid train as well, please. So you can see our crew quality is very good. Well, I suspect battalions are going to be in the same boat. We've got the trade protection, but we need... Money's now positive. And we're about to get out a whole new raft of light cruisers. And then we need essentially everything. I think in the immediate term we might have to lay down some new destroyers. But I would love to get started on these battle cruisers. I think probably just a pair. Maybe we could do those and the destroyers at the same time. A small engagement. We have no forces. So I presumably auto decline. This is very odd. Hello. Well, we're going to run away. I can't. Right, so I'm going to lose a corvette, probably. Leave me alone. Stop it. Ah, Victorio Emanuel just beating up a corvette. Okay. A pointless engagement. But one we'll have to be wary of if Italy's starting to bring ships here and make sure we don't end up blockaded. Yes, yeah, you win, but presumably it's not worth very many VPs. 30, fine. Yee, a bunch of new light cruisers and a few more corvettes. We did some thwarting. Good job, Galicia. Okay, I'm glad I left you on trade protection duties. Now, still no end to sight in the war. America has a massive fleet out here. I can only presume they're building up for an invasion, which is disappointing. Meanwhile, we're not really changing the balance of forces here because we're not sinking any Italian ships. Definitely find this to be a trickier war than we fought previously. Right, we're about 40 minutes, but tell you what, let's, war or no war, let's design ourselves a new ship. We want to build a battle cruiser. Now we do have the capability to build our beautiful 4-gun superimposed turret battleship, but the first thing I quite like to do is build a battle cruiser. One thing we had someone had pointed out, which would be worth doing, is getting something ready for conversions to CVLs. So they can be no heavier than 16,000 tons, which may limit what we do. Now, I think in terms of guns, yeah, it's 11s or 14s. So we'll go up to the 14s. But this may change. Or do we want to just go? I don't know if I want to stick 11s on it. That seems a bit weak. It needs to have a reasonable turn of pace, again, so it can be used as a CVL. Or, where are we? 1912. We're a ways away. We are a ways away. What we could look to do is just build a large, heavy cruiser later on that's up at that kind of 12,000, 13,000, 14,000 ton mark to do as our CVLs rather than this battle cruiser. I feel like this is a slight waste of a design, getting quite so low. So I think we'd have to end up with just 2 turrets. So let's come back to this. So you've gone for 8 at 23 knots. I'd probably want you to be faster. And we might drop down to, oh yeah, can't go any higher than that. To 6 guns. If we got rid of our midships turret. Eight and a half inches of belt, normal, medium, 26. I kind of quite like the 26 knots. That should, you know, we can outpace all the Italian ships that are currently there. This will be good for chasing down older heavy cruisers. Torpedo vents 2. I mean, that's nice to see as well. What are you doing? Casemated secondaries. Can we stick turrets in without much of an issue? Oh yeah, we wanted this to be BC. My bad. We still don't have the greatest accuracy for secondaries. Also, I don't particularly like the. I'd rather slightly bigger ones, I think. And that looks god awful. That's marginally better. And yeah, then you could maybe throw in a couple of tertiaries. I'm aware I'm massively overweight at the minute, but I'll tweak that later. Something like, because I don't mind a bit of tertiaries just to defend against some of the later ships and things. Okay, 2 central firing is good. That is not enough rounds. It's quite a lot. We'll see 1,600 tons. He thinks I'm running out of space. Do I want torpedo tubes and you? Not really. It can be useful to give you an idea of a range. I got too much stuff. How much weight does that save? Not that much. So it's 500 if we drop down to 4, which I don't really want to do. And reduce this ammo a little bit. That's a really odd number. Okay, let's maybe bring this down to 140. Again, it's a little bit light, and then we're going to have to start playing around with our coverage. I don't want to get too under-armoured. If we push it right to the max size we could go. I don't really want to steal a knot from it. That's too good. I don't know. I want everything. This is a difficult decision. Okay, tell you what. Since we're essentially at time anyway, what I might do then is I'm going to put the thoughts out to you guys and ask what you think we should give up on to make this work. Do we go for a smaller caliber gun with potentially another turret? Or drop down to just 2 turrets? Do we give up on our speed dream and come back down to 24 knots? Have a more of a meandering battle cruiser? Do we lose even more of the armor? Or do we go downsize our secondaries plus some? In fact, that would get most of it if we downsize our secondaries. Where do we think the outcome should be? Yeah. So I will leave it open. It'll be interesting to see when we come back. I'll need to take a snip of this or else I'll forget it. And then we'll start off the next episode by commissioning these. Great. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheerio.